Yeah, they have an army of 1,000, so I think we'll be fine. So long as I can actually get enough troops here to start sieging them. So what we might do is go back to Luongo, because if you're in at least controlled territory, you get quite a lot more troop replenishment. In the meantime, are there any other forts that need to be built on there? I mean, ideally, Carrassi and Cocelli, so that we can always cross, though. That's kind of an ideal world. We don't necessarily need to do it. I think we're actually pretty solid everywhere. And we've got all the manufactories. I have most of the shipyards I wanted to get. Although we could, of course, get more. What's my force limit nowadays? We are well under the force limit. Like, literally under it now. So I think, yes, I'm going to build more shipyards. Because I just can't help myself. I know I was going to save some money, but it seems my income's so ridiculous I don't really need to. Alright, so we've taken Mbezi again. We're going to wait here for a turn or two just so that we can get this replenishment going. Local reinforce rate is 70% in this province. That's what I was after. No, Congo, I'm not making peace with you. Not yet. Stability cost modifier is irrelevant. Missionary strength is actually irrelevant right now because I haven't taken anything that's going to require converting. Congo is Christian. Kind of funny how you find Aeloth and Deadfire. Yeah, that's true. That was a good intro. I like that. No, actually, stay. One more tick, then I think I can send you over. Oh, we're at 100. Yep. I just saw that we have the glowing borders. The golden borders of 100% professional army. Marvellous! So if we're not in friendly territory, then replenishment is at... Oh, it's still 70. Really? I thought you got more in your own controlled territory. Apparently I was wrong. Well, at least we're sieging it now. That's an important thing. Tunis is getting eaten by Central Africa. Yeah, Central Africa's had a really good game, actually. Except for the Dutch in Nigeria. I think that's actually a fairly recent thing. I really wish the Dutch had taken more of this area, though, so they could actually form the Netherlands. This is a game that was ripe for that happening. I love how... Still nobody colonizing over here. Someone random is going to appear in Russia. It's going to be like the Ottoman Russia or something. Ah, here we go. Aristocratic coup will start on the 1st of April, 89. And I lose recruited minister, which is a 15%er on 87. So yes, we're fine. That's not going to fire. Cool. Oh, you know the other thing I could be doing with all my millions and millions of money? Building a bigger fleet. Okay, you are once again at full strength, so I'm going to split you up into stacks of 7? No, 4. That will do. Let the blanket sieging begin. Oh, since they're more Belgian this time, they went for Africa instead of the Indies. They went for down here. The Indies were already colonized by the time they were strong enough, but yeah, they've got a sizable chunk of South Africa. South America. And a bit of Africa too. But this is very recent. Education for the poor. A religious local philanthropist has begun to create schools for poor children in Zawara. The ambition is to bring literacy to the poor and educate them in the way of the Catholic faith. Of course, there are those who would argue this is not an activity without risks. I would say it's an excellent initiative and should be endorsed. Oh, shit. Thankfully my armies were nearby. Crikey, that would have been bad. Our Inquisitor died. Unrest reduction sounds like a good choice. We'll take him. Although he will cost more, but that's alright. I have money. Tarnovo, big chance of rebels, because the nobles are trying to steal my stuff. Oh, it's over there. You. Oh, it's a fort. Return. They did nothing. Good. That's how I like to see it. One of my generals just died. So I will need to replace you. In fact, two of my generals seem to have died. There we are. Alright, if I need to bring in more guns here, is that what the problem is? Yeah, it is actually. We just need more guns. Alright, I will give you all of my artillery. At this stage we need 40 artillery in a stack, so I think I need to increase the artillery in each of my stacks by 10,000. Where's the other three? Oh, it's just casualties. Artillery, send you up there. So that I can get the full bonuses. Admin's maxed out. More development then. And more production, I would say. I think Kosovo in general can just do with a whole lot more. There we go. I'm pretty sure that Kosovo already had a university. Oh, the Pope loves me. Mercantile me up, please. There we go. Keep a little in reserve, just in case. My crappy heir died. So I'm not going to go for the noble, because this apparently increased their influence. No, it doesn't. It's loyalty. So how did it go over? And in fact, I went for the merchant son. So it wasn't this. Oh, it was the physio thingy. I'm going to go the money again. It's still rubbish. Okay, finally. I could take the whole of Congo in one peace deal. I see no reason not to do this. Swish. Right, 10,000. Need to go back to you. And I have a bunch of work to do. Oh, so cheap to core. Didn't quite have enough though, because I just spent a bunch on development. Right. Imports compete with the Knight's quality goods. Our neighbours have established a large colonial presence in the New World. The exports from this distant land have been steadily increasing, with some of the exotic goods becoming very popular, even amongst those who should know better. So I can gain mercantilism and piss off France. I'm actually okay with that right now. Belgium wants to know your location. Johannes IV and the Occitan people been very well received by the Lombards. However, yeah, I should really just change my culture. Because we're still Occitan, even though we have 0% Occitan. How do I change my culture? Decision? Don't know, but I was just also noticing that there are some trade efficiency things that I should probably get. Anyway, that was just a distraction. Although I've managed to stay Occitan since the beginning of the game. You know what? We're going to remain. Why not? And you guys, with a little bit of trepidation, can start drilling. It'll be fine. What could possibly go wrong? Culture needs 50% of the development to be changed to the primary culture. Okay, that's not going to ever happen. Even if your primary is on 0. There we go, coring everything in the Congo. And suddenly my control over this area is rather significantly increased. The vast and endless sea, unlike the calling of the battlefields of land, a matter of duty and a search of glory, the sea calls to many free spirits who care little for such things. Stories of sailing the oceans of the world, the past expeditions of the Knight's fleet, were told by old sailors as adventures, many of the great sights remembered, and many of the great sacrifices forgotten. Actually our devotion is a little bit low, so we'll take that. Right, building stuff. I can't build stuff until the cores are done, so we build other stuff. Like some more shipyards. Great. Oh, that's a point. Do I have all of these places built? I don't. And for the Ragusa node in particular, that would be kind of useful. That's a lot of development. Macedonia can... already has one, never mind. Yeah, I just realised I have such high mercantilism that I could seize more control over the Ragusa node by doing this. And then push even more money into Genoa. Although I could also do with more light ships protecting Genoa. Because I'm only getting 50%. We are slowly crushing everyone else. It's like, this is mine. This is so mine. Right, and my trade ability is going to be lower because my overextension is reducing my lightships output. Or rather, reducing the modifiers which the lightships rely on. It's only the provincial that really still generates at this point. Also, just taking out Hungary would be highly beneficial to my purposes. There's a lot of unrest. I was going to say I should probably go and do the autonomy thing, but I don't need to because I've got 100% authoritarianism already. Hippity hoppity Ragusa is now prime property. That's terrible, I love it. Right, how close to the next tech are we? 4 years, so I feel like I can and probably should spend on development here. So let's start from the top. So you, I'm going to assume, already have a trade? You... How does Ragusa not have a trade post? Damn it, guys! $28, $29, $30. Needs 40? Problem solved. Oh, you're busy building stuff already. Nah, nah, nah. You can already do one. Raska can already do that. You're already building it. You need 20. That's going to be quite a lot of investment. You do have iron though, so it's probably worth investing. Especially in the production. This is requiring so much investment. You're already doing one. You're already doing one. You don't. One more point. Alright, so that alone is going to be quite a lot of a boost, I think. And then I need to basically do the same thing in Genoa. Although here, we should already have a pretty good covering. Not as good as I would have expected, though. Okay, so it's just these two that don't. Because the more that you can do with provincial trade, the less you need to do with the light frigates, so you can send them out and have them bring money back home. Clergy gains influence, currently 70. Or gain prestige. I'll take the prestige. I didn't realise the clergy were at 70% as well. Flipping hell. Next year. That finishes next year. Wait, Norway's down here? Huh. Get off my land. Anyone else think the merchant ships that are the transport should be the ones protecting trade? I would say that my answer to that lies in one word: protecting. The merchant ships aren't the ones that do the protecting, the frigates are. So, no. I actually really like the system they have in EU4, I have to say. That's a very loud plane outside. I have no subjects, so I don't care. I have no subjects, so I don't care. I guess I'll take that one because relevant. There go all the cores. That was a lot of cores. Right, so first things first. This coastline needs to be all trade posts. You've got one already. You don't, you need 3 more. At least it's just these 2. You got one already? No. And you need another 6 points invested. Thankfully the price of development down here isn't huge. Oh, also, considering you guys are converted already, yes, we can turn you into trade posts. Which will increase your trade power doubled. Meaning I get even more control over the Ivory Coast. Another general just died. Come on, one more point. There's just Soyo, which needs 3 more. Well, there's a hunt pirates option, so what else are they protecting against? Hunt pirates is not really pirates, it's privateers. There are actual, not state-funded pirates. Devotion or prestige? My prestige is amazing, so I'll take the devotion. 1 more point. There we go. Booyah! So this entire coastline has stock exchanges the whole way up it. Yes. So the amount of trade that we are putting into this should go up. But the main point here is that we have now got a base to set ships up from. Which in turn means that I need to create some more light ships. Okay then. Consider that arranged. When am I going to ban the slave goods? Can I do that yet? Pass abolition of slavery. Rule a diplo skill of at least 3. I can't do it until then. Hey Neon. Yes, this night's game is going ridiculously well. It's kind of slowed down a little bit because I don't want to kill everyone before I go into Victoria. Take the cash. Lose stability. I don't actually have the points to change that right now. Gains another 10 influence, which I really cannot afford to let them do. I will reject your authoritar. And I'll just wait until the Pope likes me enough again. We're about to get a bunch more uprisings. We should be alright. And I have the manpower to change my template for the +10. How do I edit you? I thought there was a way of editing. Right-click deletes. Right, so it's 18 to 10. I need to change. Create template. Standard. Regulars. 18 to 10. But we want this to go up to 20 now. Which means that these ought to go up as well. I do like my round numbers. So maybe 40? No, 50? 50. It's going to have to be 50. So this is what, 38, 42 right now. 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. That seems reasonable. So first of all, let's get those up to the standard. In fact, we may as well just start working on all of them. Oh, no, we're not. We're out of manpower now. Who is the dominant power in the world? I would say that the world is still fairly balanced. Possibly France? Although... Did Denmark beat France? I've just noticed that I think that Finland has grown. Didn't they take this bit off of France? No. No, the border didn't shift. Okay. Because they would still have a claim on that. And they didn't lose that to Scotland. Yes, they did win! Good grief. Okay, so no, France isn't dominant. Denmark just beat the French in a war. Which is quite cool. Denmark's allied with Norway. That's how I was able to tell with this. So yeah, France is strong. I would say that the Danish-Norwegian alliance is pretty strong. Castile has some pretty big colonies, but themselves are actually fairly weak. The Dutch are doing well. In Europe, they're extremely small, but they have some pretty significant colonial assets. Bahmanis are doing well. Ming's doing well. Hungary has done pretty well. Brandenburg's grown. England's been kind of kept at bay by the Scots, but has again some fairly significant colonies. Guarani, that was the former Portuguese colony that's just taking over South America. Interesting. I hadn't noticed that they'd spread this far. Previously they were like that big. Yeah, there's some interesting stuff going on in this game. Don't ignore the Great Pigu. And also, lack of Russia means most of Siberia is uncolonized. And may well remain that way with, what, 30 years left in the game. Diplomatic insult. How dare you, Pope? No, I'm going to try and alleviate the issue. I'm buddies with the Pope. Yeah, Persia's doing well, that's true. So France at the moment is the greatest power. Followed by the Ming, followed by me. I love the fact that the Knights are the third greatest power in the world. This is hilarious. It makes everything worthwhile. Castile are 4th, Hungary are 5th, Bahmanis is 6th, Ethiopia is 7th, and then England is 8th. Brandenburg are not in the top, so Brandenburgs are going to be a probably secondary power. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a very interesting Victoria game. How did I become the great third power? How did I become the third greatest power? Wow, words are not hard. Gobbling up the Ottomans mostly. I mean, I own Greece, I own Northern Italy, I own a bit of Egypt, though I have had to divide that up amongst me and Ethiopia. I own Tunisia, and now I own the Congo. Ottomans not removed, 3 out of 10. Yeah. I mean, I could continue going, but at this point it's something of a moot point. I'd rather expand elsewhere. Imports compete. Or compete back. Okay, we have the manpower for more troops. Also, those look suspiciously like some rebels that need to be smashed.